And now it's time for Gifted in Space. Captain Patrick! Captain Patrick! Yes, Special Helper? We're coming up on Pumpkin Spice Planet. Look! My rash is getting redder! Captain Patrick pretended to look as Special Helper jammed his arm right in front of the captain's face. Captain Patrick had learned long ago that when Special Helper wanted to show something, it was much easier to go along than to try to explain the rules of appropriate personal space. Captain Patrick also knew it was pointless to argue with Special Helper about the rash issue because Special Helper was convinced he was allergic to pumpkin spice. The captain could only guess that Special Helper's so-called parents must have years ago told Special Helper a lie in order to hoard all the pumpkin spice for themselves. Pumpkin spice was a treat all over the galaxy. Produced on the Pumpkin Spice Islands on the planet of the same name, the spice was sent all over the universe and signaled the advent of fall. Legend had it that the Great Pumpkin itself carried the spice to other planets. However, lately, that job was being threatened by Trucker Kinsey. The trucker had sworn vengeance against the Great Pumpkin after a pumpkin spice latte, size grande, bolted out of her trucker cup when she hid an apple left over from a Bobbing for Apples event at a fall festival as she was trying to mow down small children. The apple upset the truck, threw the latte up out of the cup, sloshing down on her lap, causing some red marks. Certainly not a scalding, but definitely more red than Special Helper's so-called rash. It also ruined Trucker's favorite shirt. It said, "Haulin' my whole life." Kinsey thought the only reason she got into the deceptive trap of trying to maim small children at the festival with one hand while the other hand held a latte was because of the alluring power of pumpkin spice. Thus, Kinsey set about to destroy the island and the planet by vacuuming up all the spice that would wash up on the shoreline. Captain Patrick knew the universe depended upon the harvest of pumpkin spice in order for fall to come. So he gathered his crew and sped to the planet to stop the truckers' work. It was good they got there when they did, because Kinsey had rounded up the very last bit of spice. When she saw the starship Mayfield, she sped away all the way to the top of a mountain, where she reached the end of the road, in many literal and metaphorical ways. "You're a mean one, Trucker Kinsey," Captain Patrick began. "You really are a heel." "Ooh, did someone say heels?" Lieutenant Delana said. "I like the way heels make me a strong, powerful woman." Captain Patrick sighed. He then continued to call Trucker Kinsey several names, concluding that the three words that best described her were as follows, and I quote, "Spice, Girl, Stealer." By the time he had finished, Trucker Kinsey's truck was about to fall backwards off the mountain. "I regret I only have one monster gulp cup to give for my countrymen," Trucker Kinsey said as the truck crept closer to the end. "But maybe I didn't stop fall from coming at all. It came. It came without spice in your coffee, and in your latte, and in your waffles, and in your oatmeal, and in your cereal, and in your broccoli." Some of us are allergic to broccoli because it's evil, Captain Patrick said. "Maybe the best kind of fall is found in the fall of your soul," Kinsey continued. "That doesn't sound right," Captain Patrick replied. "In fact, it sounds really sort of morally degenerative." At that moment, what they call a miracle on Pumpkin Spice Planet happened. At that exact moment, the truck was set to go off the cliff. First Mate Abby's heart grew 4 sizes. It was later discovered that pumpkin spice acted as sort of an anabolic steroid on the First Mate. In a heroic feat of strength, Abby rushed forward, grabbed the truck, hoisted it upon her shoulders like it was a toy. Kinsey, resigned to giving up the spice so she could keep the truck, went with Abby back down to the beach and returned the spice to the islanders. "But Trucker, why?" one small child asked when they came down. "Why are you returning all of our spice when we'll just resell it for profit until we run out of the natural resource and then have to take over another planet or develop another skill set? Why?" "My dear child," Trucker Kinsey replied, "Out of my way or I'll hit you with my grill!" The Great Pumpkin was very grateful for Captain Patrick's help and allowed the crew to help out when it made its rounds that year to start the fall season. Delana enjoyed the opportunity to sprinkle pumpkin spice on cute boys sound asleep in their bedrooms. Special Helper accidentally spilled way too much spice in Maine, and that's why their fall season always starts early. But that's another story.